If we look to recap some of the main points, some of the main conversation starters from tonight, what comes to mind first and foremost are the three goals that we started with. Ryan talked about these in great depth, but children want to feel competent. We all want to feel competent at what we're doing. They want to feel like they're good at, like they have some volition and control over their ability. They want to make new friends. They want to feel like they're pulling the rope in the same direction as others on the same team. And finally, and most importantly, and we've emphasized this a lot tonight, they want to have fun. A second take-home message is that the behavior of adults, parents specifically, tends to either facilitate or hinder these goals. So as you ask yourself the rhetorical question, how can we as parents facilitate the goals for our children? A number of things come to mind. We've talked about a number of strategies this evening. One that I like is something Keith and Ryan just simply talked about, and that is checking in. Have seasonal conversations, even more than that, weekly, monthly, whatever it might be. Have those conversations on a regular basis with your child. What are you enjoying about sport? What are you not enjoying? What are your goals? What would you like to achieve? How can I, as a parent, facilitate those goals? It's important to remember in those check-in meetings, and as you're standing on the sidelines, and as you're having conversations in the minivan on the ride to or from the game, that how you communicate to and with your children and to and with your children's coaches and league administrators impacts their experience in organized youth sport, and it actually sets the tone for their participation. One of the things Ryan talked about was your role as a role model. It's very important. Your children pick up on you. If you're yelling at the refs, it becomes okay for them to yell at the refs. If you're questioning the coach at home, it becomes okay for them to question the coach at home. You are their role models. And then finally, I encourage all of you here and at home to be self-reflective. Look at yourself in the proverbial mirror as a sport parent. Would you like yourself as a sport parent? What are your goals? Do they align with your children's goals? Have you checked in and made sure they do? Now, it was Voltaire who first said, "With great power comes great responsibility." You as youth sport parents, and we've talked about this tonight, have great power. I challenge you today to take on the great responsibility of working with coaches and administrators to create those positive youth sport environments that we all want to see to help our children succeed. In doing so, in creating those positive environments, you'll help your children achieve their potential. Most importantly, in and out of sport. As Ryan mentioned, the things we're talking about today, they don't just happen and occur in sport. They continue for the rest of their lives. In doing so, you'll help your children engage in healthy interactions with their peers, their teammates, their coaches, league administrators, future bosses, future spouses. Help them learn to have positive interactions with others. And finally, you'll give them an experience and a range of developmental experiences and positive outcomes. I said this earlier, but it's very important, so I'll say it again. There are no two children, there are no two families, and there are no two leagues or sport contexts that are exactly the same. What we've given you today are strategies, tips, starting points for your conversation with your child. We understand that all of these tips occur differently at different stages of organized youth sport participation, but we hope that we've given you a starting place, a conversation starter for your journey as a youth sport parent.